Welcome everybody to today's class, Yin Yoga, and we're going to be looking at two things which a lot of people are looking for, and that is a deeper awareness and better sleep. So first, we're talking about better sleep. We have a tendency to be a little stressed occasionally, and what this does really is it just alters the wavelength of your mind. And this is nothing sort of, head up in the clouds and that sort of thing. It can be actually measured. We have different wavelengths. When we're sort of super active, it's sort of alpha, and we're beta and all these sort of things. So really what we want to do is to achieve a level of theta wavelength and delta. Theta is basically when you're just about to go to sleep, and delta is deep sleep. Theta is where the body starts to naturally rejuvenate itself. A healing process, if you like. And again, this can be measured, and it's nothing sort of just in my imagination. It's fact. So therefore, if we're stressed and we can't go to sleep, and we have 1,000 thoughts in our head, and we're only thinking, I need to go to sleep, I need to go to sleep, I need to get up at 5:30 in the morning, and I need to go to sleep, then you're not going to go to sleep. All right? So what I'm going to do today is to help you get a deeper awareness of how to actually release these thoughts and release these feelings that we have in the body, so that we can achieve theta and delta wavelengths. And when we do that, the body naturally sleeps deeper, it naturally heals itself quicker, and when you wake up in the morning you feel refreshed. And a lot of people say to me that they don't feel that when they get up in the morning. So that's one of the reasons that we're doing this particular session. It's been requested. So I would say, hello Helen, thank you very much for the idea, and we're trying to incorporate this today. So we're going to start, as usual, by relaxation and just landing on the mat. So please place a cushion under the base of the spine, the coccyx, which is the bone at the very end of the spine. So we don't want to be sitting on the cushion, so not under the buttocks, just under the base of the spine. And as I usually say, this helps you sit down into the pelvis. It doesn't really matter if you're sitting with the legs crossed or the legs straight. It basically just helps you to relax. So whatever is comfortable for you. And I'm going to encourage you today to place the top of the third finger and the top of the thumb together on both hands and rest this on the knees. This will help to balance the systems in the body. And we're going to talk more about mudra positions and the effect on the body at a different time. But this will also help you to just relax just that little bit more. Once you're comfortable, close the eyes. Feel your body in the space that you are in. As I've said many times before, you are part of this space. And at this particular moment in time, you are a center of your space. I want you to focus on the breath, allowing the breath to be completely natural and without control. Make sure that the breath is silent, so we're not disturbing the mind with sounds from within the body. Be conscious of the sounds outside your body, inside the room, and outside the room. Maybe there's cars driving past, or people talking. Allow all sounds to simply be there. It is a part of life. Feel the gentle movement of the body. And if you watch carefully, you'll find that the whole body is moving as we breathe. The more relaxed we are, the more we feel this. It's like the body moves out of the way for the breath, or the space around us is helping us breathe. And now coming up to your mind. Seeing your mind as a space. In fact, it is the space that your thoughts travel through. When we are only aware of the thoughts, we do not see the space. Detach from your thoughts and expand this space, the space of your mind, like a sphere or a circle, just gently moving out the edges and increasing the area of your mind. As we do this, the thoughts become less and less important. And this is because we're focusing on the space of the mind instead of the thoughts traveling through it. Your mind is a very, very peaceful place where you can sit and watch. Imagine now a motorway. When you ask most people, is a motorway a noisy place? They say yes. But if you think about it, a motorway is completely silent. It is only what is traveling on the motorway that is making the noise. This is the same with your thoughts. The mind is peaceful and the thoughts are noisy. There seems to be some kind of illusion that you can meditate without thought. This is, of course, completely impossible. That is like going out in the rain and expecting not to get wet. The thoughts will always be there. It is just whether we focus on them or not. In the center of this space is a point we can sit, watch, and learn. A place of understanding, compassion, and love. A place we can learn to become the observer. And then, when you are ready, slowly and gently, opening your eyes. Welcome. Good. Those of you joining the channel for the first time today, welcome. Like I said, this session is about deepening your awareness and having better sleep. So we're going to come into the first position today, and I want you to keep the cushion under the base of the spine for this particular position. Either having the legs crossed still or in a half lotus. And we're just gently going to come out to the right side. So the right foot is either in front of the left lower leg, or the right foot is up on top of the left leg. This will give us a half lotus or sitting with the legs crossed. We're then going to gently come down towards the right knee. So you can watch me first if you like. I'm just going to extend out and down and come all the way down to the mat. Now this might not be possible for you in the beginning. As I've said many times, this is a channel which is everybody is welcome, and it doesn't really matter how stiff you are or how flexible you are. When I started doing yoga, I was extremely physically handicapped, more so than anybody I've met in the 26 years of teaching yoga. So anything is possible if you just have a little patience. So if we don't get down to the knee, we can use a cushion. Just relax. If you're a little bit more flexible, you can use a smaller cushion and relax. And if you are, you can come all the way down onto the knee on the right side and down to the floor. And here we're just going to relax. So I'd like you to relax the neck, relax your hips, relax your knees, your lower back and the shoulders. I want you to create now the deepest connection you can to the earth beneath you. You might be sitting on the sand, or, as I've said before, sitting on your balcony, or sitting on the soft grass under a shady tree, or in a room like we are today. Just become connected to the earth beneath you. Almost like growing roots from the base of your spine and down into the earth. Using the earth's energy. And again, this is nothing strange. It is just gravity. But using it in an effective way to allow yourself to relax, to give away the responsibility of relaxation. And it is exactly the same if you are lying in bed. We gently come up, out of the position, and we're going to change sides. So either having now half lotus on with the left foot up on the right, or having the left lower leg in front of the right lower leg. Again, it's exactly the same principle. You just come down. If you're feeling particularly stiff in the hips, you can of course take a bolster, which I encourage you to buy if you're going to be on my channel a lot. We use this a lot. Or just simply placing cushions, whatever is comfortable for you. And this time we're going to go out to the left. So we're aiming to get the left shoulder down onto the left knee. Again, you can use the cushion or anything else. Just relax the neck. And just coming down to your natural position. Again, here we breathe. you've been on my channel before, you'll notice that I'm talking a lot about breath and the way that the body naturally relaxes when we breathe. This is a natural process that happens in the body. I'm not going to go into all the details right now. You can ask ChatGPT or Google, whatever you wish, to find out the information, if you wish to. But basically, each time we exhale, the body naturally relaxes. And we can test this, if you like, if you're doubting me. Take a deep breath right now. Feel yourself lift away from the floor. And then, as you exhale, feel how the body sinks deeper down towards the floor. And this happens in every single breath. Again here, relaxing the shoulders, the lower back, hips, the knees, your chest, upper back, even your toes and the fingers. Almost as if the body is gently smiling back at you as you relax. We inhale, gently coming up out of the position. And we're going to straighten the legs. Good. So, we're now going to take a spinal twist. So we can take away the cushion from under the base of the spine. And we're going to bend the left knee, bringing the foot under the right upper leg and making sure that the knee is straight forward from your hip. So not sort of 45 degrees out to the side here, but straight forward from the hip. We're not sitting on the foot is simply under the upper leg. We're then going to take the foot of the right leg on the outside of the left knee. And we want to check that the front of the ankle and the front of the knee are in a straight line with each other. So not too far forward and definitely not too far back. Okay? So just this position. Now, there are several different ways of doing this position. As I said before, everybody's welcome on my channel, and there are different ways of doing this position. So I'm just going to show you these very quickly. If you're feeling particularly stiff, and it's not unusual, especially if you've just started doing yoga, I want you to first think about the right buttock coming more down towards the floor. If you feel that it's still too much, you can move the foot forward. But generally we would like to have the front of the ankle and the front of the knee, and sit down onto the right buttock. Now, as I said, there are several different ways of doing this. We can place the left hand on the right knee, allow the left arm to be heavy here, which actually just holds the knee gently in. And we can then bring the hand behind the back and just lean on the right hand. So this is just this position. Once we're in that position, we can then turn the head and look behind us. Now, if you wanted a little bit more, you can bring the elbow of the left arm around the knee and catch the wrist with the right hand. And again, here we want to allow now the right arm to be as heavy as possible. So this is just sort of holding the left arm in place. So we're not sort of trying to pull it into the body. Just hold the wrist, relax. And that will hold the knee into the correct position. And then again, we can look behind us. So taking one of these positions. And if you've been doing yoga for some time, you can of course take the elbow on the outside of the knee and the hand to the floor. So we want to focus on the right buttock gently coming down to the mat. So I'd encourage you here to close your eyes. Close the eyes. And just feel how with each breath, the body just rotates just that little bit more. So the breath again here is completely natural and without control. You can feel that the breath is a little different. And just occasionally, when we start to practice the yin yoga, we can encourage the mind to understand this relaxation a little deeper by taking a deep breath and then a long exhale, and feel how the body sinks even deeper into that position. Remember, right arm relaxed, shoulder is relaxed, elbow heavy. And as much as possible, the right buttock as close to the mat as possible. If the right buttock is up in the air, away from the floor, don't forget to smile. It's much more healthy than being too serious. Good. We're going to release this position. We're going to sit straight. And then we're going to change sides. So now we're going to bring the right foot under the left upper leg. Again, check that now the right knee is straight forward from your hip. Taking the the left foot on the outside of the right knee. Again, we just gently check here, front of the knee, front of the ankle. Again, either having the hand or the elbow around the knee, or placing the elbow on the outside of the knee. Somewhere between these two. What's important here is that you can relax. So on this side, I'm now relaxing my left arm, left elbow, just gently holding the wrist of the right, just holding the knee, and then I gently look back. Here, it's important not to try and force yourself to look back. It doesn't really matter if the head is here. Because each time the buttock comes just that little bit closer to the mat, the pelvis becomes almost parallel to the floor, and as that happens, the back straightens, so it just allows a little bit more rotation. So, one of the things that I learned very early on in my yoga practice was the fact that when the body is anatomically correct, it will do the position. And this was part of my practice in the beginning, to actually learn where the body is comfortable to be in order to achieve a maximum position. And it's not by forcing it. Even when I do advanced yoga, I'm always talking about relaxing into the position. Sit into the position. Sit into your structure of the body. The less we use the muscles to support and burn energy, the longer we can do the yoga. So it's an interesting process. Again, watching this gentle rotation as we breathe. I'm not talking about centimeters here. Each time the body relaxes, it might turn just a quarter of a millimeter more. We're not trying to rotate the body. This is very important. You're not trying to do anything. In fact, if you're trying to do something, it is to do nothing at all. Just watch and feel and understand. So this deeper awareness of everything else that's going on than what we're used to thinking about helps us to relax. So we release the position, and we're going to come down to the mat. And we're going to talk a little bit more about this awareness of everything else that's going on. So we just move things out of the way, come down to the mat, use your elbow, maybe slide the elbow out and just come down to the mat. And we're going to lie on the back. You can bring the left heel out to the left corner of the mat and right heel to the right corner of the mat. Encourage you maybe to rock the hips just a little bit here to get the lower back onto the mat. Make sure the shoulder blades are on the mat. And then finding a position for the arms, either palms down or palms up, whichever is comfortable for you. And then closing your eyes. Be conscious now of the body lying on the floor. It's a very different sensation than sitting on the floor. There are points of contact and there are points of space between the body and the floor. Even if the eyes are closed, be conscious of the space again that surrounds you, like we did in the beginning. The expression in English would be seeing it with the mind's eye. Feeling the air against your skin. Difference in temperature or movement in the air. And the constant movement of the body as we breathe. It's not something we think about very often. But there's so much that happens in one breath. As soon as we start to inhale, there is nothing similar until the lungs are full. Everything is changing all the time. There's a slight pause at the top of the breath and then the body simply exhales. And again, everything is changing all the way through the exhale. Temptation here is to start to control the breath so you feel it even more. But I think to encourage you not to do that. Just smile gently. Conscious of the air, the sounds that surround you, the support, the space. Remembering watching from the center point of your mind. In the center point of your mind, there is no stress. There's no judgment. You're going to hear me say this a lot. But it's important that you understand fully that you are the center point of your universe. And you have the right to be there. Being completely peaceful with yourself. Good. We're going to gently open the eyes, and I'd like you to have a cushion, or if you have a long cushion like this, bolster, then bring it along the side of the body. If it's cushions, that's fine as well. You can use cushions as well. And having a cushion under your head in this position is extremely nice as well. So we can just place that directly. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring the feet together in the center. We're going to come into cat's tail, which is also a spinal twist, but slightly different from when we were sitting. So I'm going to place now the left foot on the outside of my right knee. So approximate the ankle with the knee joint. And then I'm going to roll up onto my right hip and my right shoulder so that the left knee comes onto the cushion beside me. Good. We arrange the cushion in a way that's comfortable. If you need to double the cushion, you can do that as well. Okay. Whatever's comfortable for you. And we're going to place now the right hand on top of the left knee. This is not to hold the knee down. This is just to rest it again on top, elbow on the floor, and resting the hand on the knee. Now, I want you to bend your right knee and take the right foot with your left hand and relax. Now, in the beginning, your foot may not be on the floor behind your back, but after a while it will be. And we can always start by looking out to the right on this side. And then as we become more comfortable, we can slowly start to look towards the left. And I would encourage you to do this to the point where you are comfortable. That might be just looking at the top of the room, or looking all the way out to the left. But making sure that the knee does not leave the cushion on the right side of the body. Yin yoga is not about how good you are about something or a position. It is simply about the feeling of what is happening in your body in the present moment. Sometimes we get lost in the stress, the amount of thoughts and things that need to be done. And we tend to forget a few things. One of the things that I'd like to encourage you to actually be conscious of is that each second that you live in your life is a second you are not going to have again. So ask yourself this simple question: how many seconds do you wish to miss? Good. We release the right foot from the hand and straighten the leg. And we're going to come back to the center of the mat. Lower back on the mat. You can have the feet on the mat at the moment. Just gently lift the hips, maybe just a little bit. Press the heels into the floor, just to make sure that the lower back is actually on the mat completely. And then I'm going to encourage you to move the cushions out to the left side. If you have a long cushion, it's basically the top of the cushion is level with the top of the hip here. So either that or cushions, as I said before. Now we can straighten the legs, and we're going to place now the right foot on the outside of the left knee, so ankle on the outside of the left knee joint. We then come up onto the left hip and the left shoulder, so that the right knee comes down to, again, the cushion beside you. We now rest the left hand on top of the right knee, elbow on the floor, nice and relaxed, whole of the left arm, and the weight of the lower arm and hand is just on top of your knee. Now we're going to bend the left knee, and we're going to take the left foot with the right hand. Sometimes it's very confusing when you start to cross left and right. And again, here we want to make sure that the knee does not lift away from the cushion. And as much as possible, we're just opening the shoulders here, so that eventually the elbow on the right side will be resting on the floor, and it's just gently holding the foot. So really the only thing that's working here are the fingers on the right hand, which are just gently holding the foot. And everything else is completely and utterly relaxed. You can lift, for example, your left hand from the knee and make sure that the knee is not being pushed down. And then just rest it again. One more time, I'm going to say that in the beginning we can start by looking out to the left, and then as we become more comfortable we can start to rotate the head. Maybe we're looking at the top of the room, and eventually we'll be looking out to the right. Deep conscious breathing. If you're feeling stiffness in the body anywhere, just allow it to be there. Focus on everything else. The space, the sounds, the support from the earth beneath you, the air that you're breathing, even the temperature of the air as it passes in and out of the body. If you're breathing through the nose, for example, you can feel that the air is cool as it comes into the body and warm as it leaves the body. And all the time expanding the space of your mind so your thoughts become even more insignificant. Good. So we're going to gently release now the left foot from the right hand, straighten the leg, and we roll back to the center of the mat. And again here, I'm going to encourage you to place the lower back onto the mat. You can move the cushions away from the side of the body so they're not in the way. And we're going to bring now again the left heel out to the left corner of the mat and the right heel to the right corner of the mat. And again we relax. Shoulder blades on the floor. Gently rocking the hips. Make sure everything's completely relaxed. Allow the feet to fall out to the sides, so the hips and the knees are relaxed. Gently close the eyes. Relaxing the shoulders just that little bit more. The lower arms and the elbows. The neck. Feet, the toes, the hands. Feel the contact between your body and the floor. Not your body and not the floor. But the contact between the body and the floor. You've probably heard me say this a few times. that you are not actually lying on the floor. You are lying on your clothes, and then on a mat, maybe. And then there's the floor. The floor is supported by the building, if you are in one. Even the sand, if you are lying on the beach, is supported by the earth beneath you. The sea, the oceans, everything is supported by the earth beneath us. You are not separate from this earth. You are part of it. And another thought that I would like you to focus on just for a short time is the fact that if you were not here, everything would be different. It is impossible for it to be the same. You are a unique individual and part of this planet that we share with each other, with the nature and the animals, trees, and even to the simple blade of grass. Notice now the stillness of your breath, the stillness of your body. The body becoming heavier and heavier. Simply because we are releasing the responsibility of trying to relax. You just are more relaxed. Good. We gently open the eyes, and here we can take away the cushion from under the head. And just place the head onto the mat. We're going to bring the feet together in the center of the mat. Coming into one of my favorite positions, which you're going to hear me say a lot, because I love this position. Banana position. Okay? So we're going to bring the right shoulder out to the right corner of the mat. Oh, the right side of the mat, sorry. And if you want to come a little bit deeper, maybe the head onto the side of the mat. We look down now, the right side of the mat, bring the heel to the corner of the mat. And cross the left ankle over your right. Then place the head back on the mat. Allow now the left hip and the left buttock to come down towards the mat. Place both hands behind your neck and rest your head into your hands. Now we're going to start at the ankles. I want you to relax the ankles, the toes, the feet, the knees, the hips, the muscles in the legs. I want you to feel this gentle stretch on the left side, maybe in the lower part of the stomach, the belly, the lower back. A slight compression on the right side. The muscles all the way up the left side of the spine, into the neck, to the back of your head. Make sure the fingers are relaxed, so we're not holding the head in any particular way. And just in case you've forgotten Relax the ankles one more time. Here again, we're going to take a deep breath. I want you to feel how the body lifts away from the floor as we fill the body. And then just relax and allow the air to leave the body. Feel how the shoulders relax just that little bit more. The elbows, wrists. Checking again that the fingers are relaxed. Neck. Whole of the backbone. Maybe the left buttocks just that little bit closer to the mat. Here we can have the eyes open or the eyes closed. It's completely up to you. And remembering what I've said before, the less we think, the less we do when we're practicing yin yoga, the more we will experience. Because there are not things or thoughts disturbing the mind. We see with clarity, clearly, without judgment of how things should be or should not be. Look around your body now. Maybe somewhere hiding in one of the joints or the muscles somewhere. Maybe up in the shoulders. I found one now, just in the left shoulder. Just if you find any tension that you haven't managed to release yet, just breathe to this. You're going to stay in this position just that little bit longer. So if you can't find any tension or stress in the body, then just repeat gently to yourself with each exhale. Relax. 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 Good. We're going to remove the hands from under the head. So leave the head as heavy as possible, neck relaxed, and slide the hands out from under your head so that the head returns to the floor gently. And then relax. We uncross the ankles, bringing the left foot to the center of the mat and right foot to the left foot. We then move the whole body, upper body, back to the center of the mat. And we're directly going to change sides. So now taking the left shoulder to the left side of the mat, or the head. Looking down the left side of the mat, placing the left heel at the corner of the mat, and then right ankle over the left. And now relaxing the hip and the buttock on the right side down towards the mat. We place both hands behind the head. Relax the shoulders, the arms. And then again we're going to start at the feet, just a body scan. Just the toes are relaxed, feet, ankles, knees. Relaxing the muscles in the upper legs, maybe the buttocks, the hips. Again, feeling this beautiful stretch on the right side now. Lower part of the abdomen and into the hip. A slight compression on the left now. A gentle stretch all the way up the right side of the spine, into the shoulders and the shoulder blades, the elbows, hands, again the fingers, making sure you're not holding the head in any particular way. In fact, be completely conscious of how heavy the head is in your hands. Both hands being pressed down to the floor simply by the weight of your head. When you think about the weight of the head, it's not surprising that sometimes you get a pain in the neck, just occasionally. Again, here we can have the eyes open, relaxing the back, lower back, knees again, the ankles, the arms, shoulders. Relaxing the chest, even conscious of your heart resting inside your chest. The lungs expanding and contracting, moving the ribs in and out. If you watch carefully, you'll notice even the breath is actually gently massaging the body. Again, resist the temptation of controlling the breath. Just allow it to be as it is. I'm going to encourage you now to maybe look at the thoughts traveling through your mind. Maybe there's a little less of them, maybe not so many as there were before. Maybe there's a little gap between them. There's just a little bit more space. And it's a nice feeling. Yin yoga is as much for the mind as it is for the body. Balance comes from having an active body and a peaceful mind. If the body is active and the mind is active, it is difficult to relax. Again, we gently remove the hands from under the head. Leave the neck relaxed. Return the head gently to the floor. And completely relax the arms. Uncross the ankles, bringing the right foot to the center of the mat. And the left foot to the right foot. And then moving the whole body back to the center of the mat. Again, we're going to move the left heel to the left corner of the mat, and we're going to move the right heel to the right corner of the mat. Check the lower back is as much in contact with the mat as possible. Maybe gently lift the hips. Just feel how the pelvis opens towards the top of the room and the feet fall out to the sides as the hips relax. Again, finding a comfortable position with your arms, either palms down onto the floor or palms up, depending on which is most comfortable for you. I encourage you to check both. And just feel for yourself which one is more comfortable. What's important here is that the shoulder blades are on the mat. You can close the eyes one more time. Conscious of the sounds that surround you and the space that surrounds you. Expand your consciousness now out into the nature, maybe outside the building or further away if you are already outside. Reach out with your mind. This is as much a practice as any yoga position. The only limits for the mind are the ones that we carry around with us. Again, relaxing the shoulders, just that little bit more, on the hips, the feet and the ankles. Feel the gentle bend in the fingers as the hands are relaxed. The contact with the floor, the support from the earth beneath you. The power of the mind is limitless. Expand your consciousness now to a person who is dear to your heart. Reach out with your mind to that person. Maybe it's an animal, or a dog, or a cat, child, husband, wife, partner. Reach out with the consciousness of your mind. Notice that you are not distracted by thoughts. You are simply expanding the consciousness of the mind. We then gently open the eyes. We're going to come to the last position. We're going to bring the arms along the side of the body and again feet together in the center of the mat. Now, one more time, I'm going to ask you to bring now the left ankle up to the knee, but we're now going to have the ankle on the inside of the knee. So again, the ankle bone parallel with the joint of the knee on the right side. Then we're going to place the right foot beside the left foot so the knees come together at the top. Again, I'm going to encourage you to place the hands under the back of the head and rest the head into your hands. Now, gently allowing the knees to fall out to the sides. Just using the gravity to allow the knees to come to their maximum position. Keep the lower back relaxed here. So remember, this is not about your ego. Of course, if you arch the back, the knees will come closer to the floor. Close your eyes and simply watch. What always fascinates me about this particular position is the fact that both sides do not relax at the same time. At the moment, my left hip is relaxing more than the right. And then the right kicks in and says, oh, right, I can relax too. Notice the breath, the stillness of the breath. And once again, the expanse or the space of your mind. This is not limited to the physical form of your head. Remember what I said, the only limitations are the ones that you carry with you. Expand your mind. Relax your neck and your shoulders, your elbows. Watching everything from the center point of your mind without judgment, expectation. There is no right and no wrong. There is only compassion, understanding, love. And the pure ability to simply watch and be the observer. We are going to practice this again and again and again. It took me many years to fully understand that I am not the breath. I am not my body. And I am not my mind. I am self, consciously watching. Watching the breathing, watching the body, at At the moment, just feeling that little extra relaxation in my hips. And watching my mind. And then, when you are ready, slowly and gently open your eyes. And for the last time today, we can gently remove the hands from under the head, returning the head gently to the mat, gently. Relax the arms. And then we can slide the heels out to the corners of the mat and coming into the last position, Savasana, a position of relaxation. So here, I'd like to encourage you to place maybe a bolster or cushions under the knees so that you can relax completely in the lower back. Maybe a cushion under the head or a blanket over the body to keep the body warm. Preserve the fire energy within you. Closing the eyes as we take a short meditation and relaxation together. Again, aware of the support from the floor, the earth beneath you. Again, reaching down into the earth with your roots. Imagine yourself as a tree. From strong roots. A tree is flexible. And so are you. The gentle rise and the fall of the body as you breathe, and allowing the breath to be completely natural and without control. Making perhaps a conscious decision to stay still for the rest of the meditation. Of course, if you become uncomfortable, you may move, but maybe making a conscious decision to stay as still as possible. All rivers start as rain. The flow of water, the water's immense strength and capacity to cut through mountains, the stillness of calm waters, and water's ability to move around obstacles with effortless ease. turmoil of the rapids, reflecting life when it is out of balance, and the drive to find balance with gravity as it travels towards the sea. Creating a depth of stillness and harmony that is key to the water element and energy. Now lying gently on the floor in our quiet space where we can completely relax. Allow yourself to settle even deeper. Still conscious of the gentle support beneath you. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold for a moment. And exhale slowly through your mouth. With each breath, imagine tension dissolving like mist rising from a still lake and evaporating into the air around you. If the eyes are open, you may choose to close them if they were not closed already. Look deep, deep inside your body and mind. Feel the natural rhythm of your breath flowing in and out like the tides of the oceans. There is no rush, no resistance. Only the effortless movement of breath, like water always finding its way. Imagine now the first droplets of rain falling from the sky. Each drop carrying purity, renewal, and the infinite potential of water's journey. You are one of these droplets falling gently until you reach the earth. Once you feel the earth beneath you, merge with others to form a small stream flowing downhill, winding through the landscape. With each breath, feel yourself flowing forward, adapting to the curves and bends of life's path. At times, the water moves effortlessly, gliding over smooth, shiny stones. Other times, you meet obstacles, yet you do not resist. You move forward, over or through, always continuing on your journey. Now feel yourself becoming part of a powerful river. The current strengthens, carving through rock, shaping mountains over time. You are this strength. You are this persistence. No force can stop your flow of life. Notice now how the river's flow changes. Calm pools give way to rushing rapids. The water does not fight. It does not cling to the stillness or fear of the turbulence. It simply moves forward with the path of least resistance. Breathe in and feel yourself letting go of all resistance. Breathe out and trust the movement of life. Where in your life are you resisting the current? Where can you surrender and trust that you will always find your way? With each breath, feel the river widening, opening, flowing toward something greater. You are no longer a single drop, no longer a rushing stream. You are merging into the vastness of the ocean. Here, the surface may shift with waves and tides, but beneath there is deep stillness. A profound peace that nothing can disturb. Rest here. Feel this depth within you, unchanging, steady, infinite. Gently now place your hands over your heart. Slowly and gently. And whisper to yourself, silently, I am fluid. I am strong. I trust my path. still with the eyes closed, slowly begin to bring awareness back to your body in the space that you are in. Feel the gentle flow of the breath, like waves caressing the shore. Maybe gently moving your fingers and toes, stretching as if waking from a deep, restful awareness. When you feel ready, slowly and gently opening your eyes and carrying this awareness with you. The flow of life. And then slowly and gently, please come up. So that we may finish together. Finding a comfortable position. And placing the hands together in front of your heart. Simply thanking each other for this time that we shared together. And people all over the world. Deep breath in, exhale out, and come forward. Inhaling as we come up, and exhaling the hands to the knees. Namaste. Have a beautiful day or a beautiful evening, and please sleep well.